what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. If you wouldn't have believed, this wouldn't have happened, right? So we need to take the first step. Okay, good. We're very happy to have you here, brothers and sisters, the same human family, right? If you put all of Jesus' teachings in a nutshell, you will receive all the Jewish teachings in a nutshell. What is it? Love thy neighbor. Whatever you want to happen for yourself, give it to others. What you don't like to happen to you, don't do it to others. Don't think that you are separate. You are one and the same, right?
Amen.
And what a lovely place it is to kind of contemplate. Look, we are sitting in a boat, enjoying lovely weather, especially after Capernaum where it was so hot, and enjoying looking around, observing the scenery, and reconnecting with our roots. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story from the Jewish tradition. I know you honor and respect the Jewish tradition. This is where Jesus came from. Yeshua was born and raised as a Jew. And he said, I did not come to eliminate anything. I only came to fulfill. Correct? So here it is. There was one rabbi one time, and this non-Jew and a Gentile came over to him and said, I want to be Jewish, but I want you to teach me everything while I'm standing on one foot. How long can you stand on one foot, right? Not very long. So the first rabbi he went to told him, go away from here. This is insane what you're asking. This is impossible. How can I teach you everything while you're standing on one foot? This is disrespectful even. Go away. So he went to another rabbi, and this rabbi told him, I will teach you all the Torah. Do you know what Torah is? Torah, all the divine law, is based on one principle. Love the other as yourself. That's it. You can step down. Everything else, you want to know the details, you want to know how to do it, you want to know, for example, how to treat somebody who is poor, you want to know how to treat somebody who is an orphan, a widow, somebody whom you hate, then you need to go and learn. But the basics you already know. All right? So this is my offering to you as a teaching that I was taught, and I'm sure you'll benefit from it the same way I have. It's a high bar. I mean, we need to reach out and strive for it. It's not easy for us because as human beings, we tend to see ourselves first and then the other, right? There's a saying that when you take a piece of glass and the glass is completely transparent and you put it in front of a person, you can see them, right? Not a problem, it's transparent. But if you take something like aluminum foil, which represents silver, which is money, and you put it on one side of the glass, what do you see? You see yourself. So when money is involved, then there's a separation. And money stands for other things, like our own interests. When you see only yourself, then you are very limited. Then you are disconnected from others. All right, this is my offering to you. It's just something that came to my mind. And now let's have a look around and see where we are. So the mountains over there are the upper Galilee mountains. And if you follow my hand, you see that all around the shores of the Galilee, green vegetation grows. So this is a very fertile land. There's a lot of nourishment. This is Sea of Life in comparison to the Dead Sea, right? Sea of Life, there's a lot of life here, and water represents life, we all know that. If you look to the back, you can see the major city, the only city actually on the Sea of Galilee, Tiberias, named after one of the emperors King Herod admired, right? So one of his sons who laid the infrastructure and established the city, named it Tiberias after his protector, so he thought. And then if you look directly in this direction, you won't be able to see it, but that's where the River Jordan that starts in the north will exit the Sea of Galilee. Nowadays there's a dam there because we are pumping drinking water out of this lake, and because we don't have rain, sometimes we have very little rain, we have dry years, we want to make sure we don't pump out mud. So in order to make sure that the level of the water is retained, there's a dam there. And then the exit of the River Jordan will start making its meanders all the way down to the Dead Sea. The other side over there are the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights, as you probably have heard from me, but I'll say it again, was not a part of Israel until 1967. This was Syria, our bitter enemy in the northeast. So in 1967, Israel took the entire territory of the Golan Heights and annexed it. So now there is no talk or any idea of giving it back. There's nobody to give it back to if you think about it. And all around there are kibbutzim. So the word kibbutz means a collective settlement, kibbutzim in plural, right? And these were people, Jewish people that came here from Europe and Eastern Europe mainly, and then all of Europe and Russia. After pogroms and persecutions over there, they decided, let's go back to our homeland. Let's go back after 2,000 years. Can you imagine? No other people in the world has this memory of returning back to their historical homeland after 200 years, let alone 2,000 years. But they said, let's go back and settle it. So this was all barren land. If you look behind us, we're talking about the mountains with nothing on them. The weather, very, very hot, dry. And so they started settling around where the water is, and they started agriculture, banana plantations, mango, peaches, and all of that. Everything you see around you, including what was achieved in the Golan Heights, was achieved in less than 150 years. So we thank God for this, and
Amen.
Thank you very much for supporting Israel. I know you do in your hearts, and we are establishing a connection that will last a lifetime, and I'm sure this will be passed on to the future generations. Looking forward to seeing your children and grandchildren coming to Israel to visit us and support us. Thank you very much.